Welcome to Green Hat Tangents, and this is a new trend that people are doing. They're trying to dye their hair with perfume, and it's all because of a TikTok video, and they thought that this was a real thing, even though logic will tell them this can't happen the way that they're trying to do it, or the way that's done in the TikTok video. There's no way this makes any sense, but yet people have believed what they saw in the TikTok video and are still trying to dye their hair with perfume. And so I'm going to get into the article from the New York Post that goes over this whole fiasco and the situation. But before I do that, if you like these videos, if you like this channel, go ahead and click the subscribe button for me and the notification bell. Leave a like and a comment. Let's think about this for a second. Before I even get into the article, people thought that you could dye your hair with perfume. TikTok is not going to be the first place that you're going to find out about some new cool thing that you can do with your hair. If there's any cool thing that you could do with your hair, Hollywood would have already said, hey, there's a cool thing that you could do with your hair, and showed you all the cool things that could do with your hair. It would be like all the rage that you could do this specific thing. Or you go to your hairdresser and they would be telling you the cool thing that you could do with your hair. But let's look at this article. Anyway, here is the article talking about how people got fooled by TikTok in the most easy way and how gullible some of these people are. Anyway, so here we go. It says, the harebrained beauty hack first caught fire after a TikTok influencer, Agby, I hope I say the name right, filmed herself applying perfume to a straightener in a clip with 1.2 million views. She then ran her hair through it, and whereupon it changed color from blue to hot pink. However, eagle-eyed viewers quickly noticed that her instant Alicia, I don't know how to say that last name, was actually a figment of the imagination. Indeed, the clip cuts between Agby spraying the perfume onto her straighteners and applying them to her curls, suggesting that freelance stylist didn't actually base her mane in cologne. I'm so shocked. Meanwhile, one commenter observed that the straightener wasn't plugged in and that was coated with pink powder that she likely used to color her hair. Nonetheless, the DIY dye job was replicated by scores of gullible TikTokers. What makes you think that this could happen? And the thing about the video is, if you go watch the video, I'm not going to play it here, but if you go watch the video, you see that she takes a straightener and in a couple of seconds, her hair changes color from pink to blue, or blue to pink, whatever it is, right? Her hair changes color. If you know anything about the basics of dyeing hair, and that's me, I just know the basics from watching TV. I have friends who have wives and girlfriends and they go to their hairstylists. And so I know the basics of the process. You put in one color in your hair, you dye it one color. If you want to change it to a different color, you take the dye completely out and then you dye it a different color. Now here's the thing. I know that that process is not a 5-second process or a 3-second process like is in the video here. I know that process takes time. And I know if it was a 3 to 5-second process like it is in the video, that hairstylists would be making a lot more than they make now. Because if you could go into a hairstylist and they could get you to a different color in about 3 seconds or 5 seconds like it is in the video, they could have so many appointments an hour. You know, if they only had to do a 5-second thing, you know, where they go through and do your hair and it changes color all the way through for your hair, and then you're good to go, they would make a lot more money than they're making now. It's not that quick of a process. And like I said, I don't even know the basics, but I know that there is no way that the process is this simple and goes this fast. And when I looked at the video, I was like, how do people even think this is a real thing, that this would actually work? And when they said in the article all the things they said about the thing not being plugged in and the powder being there, I was like, of course. no one with even a little bit of sense would have said, hey, this would be actually a thing that would work. And so I was just surprised and amazed that people were actually believing that this worked. And I'm going to go back to the article so you can see how crazy the rest of the story is, because they do have quite a few people who have done this and tried this and of course have failed. So moving back to the article real quick, again at the New York Post, it says in one clip with over 7.8 million views, a partaker can be seen spraying the perfume directly onto the piping hot styler and then running her hair through it with absolutely no change whatsoever, I am not shocked. The procedure isn't merely ineffective. Perfume One's plume will inevitably cause damage and could lead to hair loss if it's already in a fragile state. Nicole Petty, and she's a hairstylist with a company called Milk and Blush, it looks like. And it says not only that, but coating your flammable hair straighteners, which can heat up to nearly 400 degrees with ethanol-rich perfumes, can prove disastrous as you effectively are making a Molotov cocktail. And that joke is pretty awful. Now, I hope nobody has actually gotten hurt by this or caught their hair on fire or whatever, because if they have, then I hope that they are okay. But the fact that people thought that this was a thing and that it would work is just crazy to me. And the fact that they have a straightener in their hand that can heat up to 400 degrees and decided that they were going to put perfume in their hair that could cause their hair to catch on fire, knowing that they should not use this kind of stuff in their hair, because again, if this was a thing, if it could be done so quickly, and if perfume can be used to dye hair, there would be something in the news about it already. Hollywood would have done it, hairstylists would have done it. And the thing about it is, if it was possible and a hairstylist could do it, they would charge you a lot for it because they would get the best perfumes and say, okay, you want to dye your hair? I can do it really quick, and here's the best perfume that we have. And this perfume costs this much, and this special procedure costs this much, and you'll be done and in and out in 5 minutes. And then you'll get this exorbitant fee for them doing this process, right? But no one's ever heard of this. And the fact that people saw it and they were like, the first time it was on TikTok, and they were like, oh, wow, this is some really cool process that someone on TikTok has found that no one's ever heard of. And I'm not saying that there can't be some innovation done, but this simple process that they're using on the video, I don't know how people thought that this was a real thing. And don't get me wrong, I'm all for innovation, but this is such a simple process that someone would have figured it out by now if it was possible to do that. And no one had, except this one person on a TikTok video. So I think people should have just thought about it logically and said, okay, there's no way this works. There's no way this is a believable thing that anybody would try to do. And yet we've had lots of people try to do it. And it's just crazy. I don't know what people were thinking, believing this. And once they found out, oh, it's a fraudulent thing, that this thing that she's doing is not real, and that it's basically movie magic, I don't know how they're shocked. I don't know how anyone is shocked by this, seeing how quickly things happen in the video. It wasn't like even, hey, this is a time lapse, right? It just happened in a few seconds, and part of her hair was a different color, completely different color, mind you. This just proves that there are a lot of gullible people out there that will believe anything they see, and they're hopeful. I won't knock them from being hopeful, but at least try to use a little bit of logic, because if you know anything about dyeing hair, you would have immediately figured out this is not going to work. This is not some new method that someone hasn't figured out. This was fake. They should have immediately figured out this was fake and not tried to take perfume and put it in their hair and try to dye it. And I hope, again, that no one has gotten hurt by this. Their hair hasn't fallen out or hasn't caught on fire or anything like that. And if you are thinking of trying this, don't. It's not real. It's fake. It's just something for you to watch. It's kind of movie magic kind of stuff. Don't try this, okay? And that is the video. Hopefully you have enjoyed the video. Hopefully it's been funny and brought a little joy to your life. And I will talk to you later. Have a great day.